Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those who are not familiar with who I am, I go by One Cheap Compadre and you're watching Cheap Compadre TV, where on my channel we talk about savings, investing, politics, and sometimes even story time. So, we have 4 more days into the election, November 3rd. And many people out there are saying that Trump will win. Now, my thing is that no one is talking about the way he could win. And the way he may try to win may be through the Supreme Court due to a 6-3 vote. And we all know that the 6 are the conservatives. Now, he may try and say that the election is fraudulent due to mail-in ballots, absentee votes, even though all through history there never been an actual election that, due to the absentee votes, that it was a fraudulent election. Never, not even once. But yet he wants to say that this could be an election that is unfair. Really? Now, there may be other ways to allow himself to win, through intimidation, through suppressing the vote, by making sure that states do not allow absentee votes after November 3rd. Now, there's many cases that have been going out there that allow for a win for the president to stop absentee votes after November 3rd to be counted. So no one's talking about the unfairness of people's vote if they turn it in on time and not being counted. So if this ends up going to the Supreme Court and being challenged, I think that the American people should sue the president, because here's the deal. If you're not going to allow for a fair election, and remember, this is a democracy where people vote in who they want to represent them, right? So if you're trying to overturn the people's vote due to your speculation of what the election could be if absentee votes are sent in on November 3rd, and you say that your argument is that after November 3rd, any other ballots should not be counted. Now, and this is a case of one-sided, skewed argument that should not make it to the Supreme Court. But if it does, if November 3rd we have Biden winning by a landslide, and the person who is in right now wants to challenge it, then the people of the United States should challenge the president. And we have a legitimate case, because remember, in a democracy, people vote in the elected officials. So if it ends up going to the Supreme Court, then that should be the solution that would stop this president at this moment from delegitimizing the election that is about to happen November 3rd. So, in order to avoid this actually making it to the Supreme Court, we need to do two things within 4 days. Now, the first thing, and I told you this in the beginning of October, if you see my video, that instead of sending off your absentee vote in the mail, I wanted you to go to the actual ballot office and drop it in the drop-off box inside, not outside, not around your neighborhood, but inside the ballot office. Because we don't want someone to say that the ballot should not be counted after November 3rd, or the mailing is not legitimate because of how people are able to send in their ballots, where some of the writing is not accurate, or they're not putting the actual date, or there's no folder inside the folder. I mean, there's so many things that the president is trying to do right now to make this election unsuccessful. So in order for us to have a legitimate election that makes everyone happy, I think the first thing is to actually go to the ballot office, go inside the ballot office, drop off in the ballot office, drop off box inside the ballot office, not outside. We're not going to do that. And we're going to make sure our signature match. We're going to make sure it's dated. We're going to make sure that the envelope that goes inside the envelope is that is covering your actual ballot. That's number one. Number two, if you can't do that, we're going to go and vote in person. And if you need to bring lawn chairs, if you need to bring snacks, whatever you need to do, remember, there was a time where poor whites could not vote. Then they were allowed to vote. There was a time when we had slaves who were now free, known as the free men. Now they were given the right to vote, and that was known as the 15th Amendment. Now, when they were given the right to vote, they had to face many obstacles. One, intimidation by the KKK and the Whites Man League. Also, you had to face poll tax. Then on top of that, had to also deal with literacy tests, deaths. So then we had 1919, known as the 19th Amendment, that allowed women to vote. Now, all of that is on the line, and we can't afford for someone to come and say that this process is not legitimate. So if you're gonna have to wait 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, no matter how long it takes, you need to cast your vote in person. And we need to do this with record numbers, and we're doing that right now. I think we had, last week 60 to 70 million people voted, and we still have more people to actually vote into November 3rd. So remember, we have history of suppressing the vote, and now they're trying to suppress the vote now by people watching and being around polling places, carrying guns, which there's no time for that right now. We can't let that stop us from doing what we need to do as citizens of this country, and that is to actually go and vote. So those are the two things I need people to do for the last 4 days. It's crunch time, and either you're going to you're going to take your mail-in ballot to the polling place in person. You're going to drop it off inside the drop-off box inside the ballot office, or you're going to go vote in person. So, did you vote yet? Are you going to, if not, are you going to go now, today, Friday, or Saturday, or Monday in person? Either drop your ballot off, or are you going to actually vote in person? Put a comment down below. Make sure to crush the like button, because I need more people to see my videos and more people to share my videos. And also, don't forget that like button so you can see my most latest content. And until then, have a great day.